On today's canvas, I'll be using tissue paper and stencils to create some cool texture. To instantly download my stencil, trace, and transfer files, just click on the PayHip link below. So let's get started. Now I've got some black tissue paper and I'm using my dauber, which is a makeup sponge and a clothespin, as you can see, my favorite tool. And I'm going to stencil all over a bunch of designs here and there, all over my black tissue paper. When it's dry, I just wrinkle it all up and then unfurl it. And then I can start Mod Podging it onto my canvas to give me some nice texture. I like to put the Mod Podge down and then my paper and then Mod Podge on top. And then I like to take a paper towel, wad it up, and tamp all over the canvas just to make it all even and remove all my brush strokes. When dry, I can just remove those edges easily with an X-Acto knife. Now we're ready to start adding a little color. I'm just going to tap on a little bit of my Golden Sunset and my Barn Red here and there, and then use a baby wipe to move it all around and just get a little bit of color in my background. Making sure it's thinned out with a little bit of water so I can see my designs through it. Now I'm going to take my off-white and a baby wipe and put it all over and tap it around. Get rid of all my wipey marks and just push all that color to the background. I originally made this as an Etsy kit that I was selling, and so you'll see me talking to the camera quite a bit with my hands there. Now I'm just going to add a little bit more of that off-white where my vases are going to go, so I have a good nice little opaque, more opaque background. Now I'm going to use my stencils as a mask and a guide as I add on my designs. I want my smaller vase to be in front, so I'm going to do it first as I use my mask to cover the tall vase area. And I'm going to get my paint out. I'm using Golden Sunset straight, and then I'm going to add a little bit of my Barn Red, I think, to another dot of it. So I just have two different colors of the golden color. I don't like to stencil typically with one color. It gives a little more depth and dimension if you use a couple of different colors. So that's what I'm doing here, using my popsicle stick to mix everything up. Dipping my dauber into the paint and then tapping it off on another part of my palette to make sure I don't have too much paint on it. I'm going to put my darker color on first and then come in with my golden on top here and there, not going crazy with it, just adding a little bit of interest. With my front vase dry, I'm going to go in with my second stencil to do my back vase. Mix my colors a little bit again, so I've got a darker and a lighter. I take my dauber and cut off the top of it so that I can just continue and move it down a little bit. So I've got about a ½ inch at the end of it. And that's the perfect pouncing amount, I think. But anyway, that's what I prefer. And then I'm just going to go in and do the same thing with the tall vase. I'm going to be moving my stencil around so that it's perfectly lined up straight up and down as I go, whereas the yellow flowers, I kind of wanted that to stay in that pattern. This one I want to be a little bit more random. Now I'm using my medium round brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of off-white around my vases just to make them stand out a little bit more. Smushing around with my fingers. And with that dry, I'm going to go in with my dark gray liner brush and just go around the edges and smush them with my finger. Again, just to kind of finish off the edge of my vases. Then I'm just going to brush on some lines down at the bottom like they're sitting on a table, so they're not just floating. Then I'll go around my edges, smush the paint there just to finish off the whole canvas. Using my border stencil, my dauber, and my dark gray to add some accents in a few spots. Making sure to wipe off my stencil between uses so I don't smear dark paint all over. Hey, thanks for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps to grow my channel. Also, if you want to leave me a comment, that would be fantastic. And if you hit the bell button, YouTube will notify you each time I add a new video. Until next time.